got this house for $7,500. $7,500. Turned around and sold it for $23,000. I just sold this house right here for $45,000. Made a quick look $10,000 off of it. This is prime example. No, you don't have to go and work for nobody. You can do this shit yourself. Get out here and apply. Get on the phone. Get on the phone. That's all you got to do. Have a conversation. You're riding by real estate every day. You just $10 for these contracts. That's all I pay. Yes, and you give about for free.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man, and today got my man all the way from Memphis, Tennessee, and just really met him 2 days ago. Well, I'm sorry, 3 days ago. And he came on a live stream and that we have on Wednesdays, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to just to share his story. And my co-host there, Tori, and I, which he's in Memphis also, we were just blown away with my man's story. It was just in a short window, and just the excitement. You could just see he understands the opportunity that, number one, that real estate presents, but wholesaling real estate, because it allows pretty much anyone that wants to really do it to do it, because there's no barrier to entry as far as money and or credit. You just got to put the work in and it'll pay off in large chunks of money. So enough of me talking, man. What's going on, OG Kindheart?
Flip man, pleasure to be here. Good afternoon. Shout out to you for having me on your platform. I done came a long way. Because I remember being a student just in the views, watching just like anybody else when you would have different guests on and y'all would be talking real estate. And me just clicking on your videos every other day, anytime that I had a question regarding what I was doing out here in the real estate field, I would come to you just for guidance more so. And so now I wanted to thank you. I wanted to give you your flowers because my partners, they calling me now to see. Hey, I know he calling me. Hey, bro, I'm on Flip Man Live right now. Go on the live. I'm gonna shout you out.
No, we're not live. It's been recorded. It's cool.
He gonna go on the Instagram and see this though.
Oh, okay. You recording on Instagram?
Say what's up to Flip Man, man.
Flip Man, what's going on, my boy?
Oh, what's happening, man? He's in Memphis also.
He was in Memphis.
Big fan.
He the one who turned me on to your website.
Demetrius, oh, really?
Man, I'm finna tell him everything, Demetrius. I'm having an interview, ironically. So look, you know what's going on. All right,
yes, sir.
Brother. So dig this. It all like, man.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go back before real estate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Give me some backstory before that, and then we'll bleed up to that.
100%. Okay, so name is Travis. I'm originally from Omaha, Nebraska, birthplace of Malcolm X. Transitioned to Memphis, Tennessee after my mom's had a little trouble or whatever. And so she was incarcerated. That's exactly what that was. We're going to be 100. We're going to talk about it. By her getting incarcerated at such a young age, and not her children being dispersed into the system, my family over in Arkansas was more so like a village. And so they took us in. And so that's kind of how I ended up over here in this demographics. And I appreciated being here, coming up in the South, because that's where I learned the yes ma'ams, the no ma'ams. That was very crucial to my development as far as like meeting new people. And in this game, this was very crucial to my development, because in this game of real estate, the few black people that are here that does own real estate, because a lot of folks don't do business, a lot of own real estate and really know anything about it. We just used to paying rent or government assistance. But the few black people that I know, the percentage of black people that I noticed that own real estate that I was doing deals with was typically elderly individuals. The Sister Hattie's, the Mrs. Campbell's, like the people that I would see at the church or whatever, but their husbands own like 6-7 properties, portfolios and stuff like this. And I ain't know nothing about what they had going on. I I never knew that these would be my biggest clients. So now when I talk to them, automatically, hey, what's going on, Auntie? What's going on, Uncle? I find a commonality with them, even though I've never even talked to them before, never even met them, never even seen them, anything. But because I grew up in the South and I know what it's like to come from a village, any elderly black man or black lady that I seen, I saw that immediately as auntie and uncle. And so, by me establishing relationships, the person that's close to them, the person that established the relationship is the person usually that's going to win the deal. They'll do the business with you because they got the relationship to see what you can offer before they even talk to a real estate agent. And they rather not talk to an agent because they don't want to pay commission fees and extra taxes and all this extra stuff anyway. But nah, man, growing up in Memphis, Tennessee, it's a cutthroat city. So you got to be hard and you got to be the grit and the grind. Like it got to be in you because these folks will eat you alive. They eat you alive. And I learned if I could do business in Memphis, I could do business anywhere.
That's what's up, man. So did you, I know we talked briefly yesterday and, you remember I cut you off and said, no, I want to be able to ask questions I don't know the answer to, right? But I do know the answer to this one. I know you went to college or something. You told me that, so.
I went to University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, the HBCU, the SWAC. We played the SWAC championship in Alabama, usually at Alabama State. That's where the championship is usually held. But I went to University of Arkansas, Pine Bluff, HBCU, where I studied mass communications, journalism.
All right. So how old are you, Travis?
Man, I'm 33.
Okay. All right. So once you got out of college, what did you do from that point? Just to give us some backstory there.
I'm glad you asked. This is almost like therapy for me. So, because I'm giving the testimony. When I got out of college, I had most people know me. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you this, Flip, man. Most people know me because I went viral back in college because this one-leg stripper had a crush on me, and she took me to the Maury show to reveal that she had a crush on me. And so I went to Maury.
Wait a minute. You was on the Maury show. So what? So that's still on YouTube somewhere?
You type in YouTube right now. I'm literally pulling it up. If you type on YouTube right now, one-leg stripper, it pops up. It pops right up. It's the first video. It's the first video. One-leg stripper. The girl had a but that's something that you gotta go back later and catch a laugh on. But when I got out of college, if I had $1 for how many times a person walk up to me and ask me, "Hey man, was you on the Maury show?" Like, that's a prime in the South here. But when I got out of college, I went to Atlanta briefly, but then I transitioned back home towards the Memphis because this where I was grounded at, and so all the family and the support was here. So I was just like, man, let me make the best out of what I got going on in my backyard before I try to go somewhere else. And so I ended up going to the University of Memphis where I studied journalism at the Meme Journalism building, and I also went and got a job as a car salesman in the car business, working as a car salesman. And in that car choice, and I became a #1 salesman. Every year that I was the salesman for the as I was employed there, every year they know this is the facts. I was the employee of the year. I did 20 to 30 cars every month. Like my Cash was my name. That's what they know me as. It became a household name. People know me by Cash. And so when I got into real estate, I had to transition over to Travis because when people would call my phone saying, "Hey, Cash, such and such," they was using that number, and I was immediately able to know, oh, that's somebody that's calling me about a car. But now when they say, "Hey, Travis, such and such," immediately I know, oh, that's somebody who's calling to discuss any ad that they saw, business card, or anything.
I got you. Okay, so college, start selling cars. So let's get right. But okay, so your boy just called you, and since we've been doing this. So he's the one to introduce you to not maybe real estate period or just me or both at the same time.
So of course I went and worked the job at this job called Car Choice. I was there for like 3 years, I laid the foundation. They didn't even have no salesman. People weren't even showing up to work. And so me, I just looked at it like, man, look, I need to just put myself in position to be able to talk to people, to do business. I need cash flow. Mm-hmm. So I was working there, did everything they asked me to do, showed up. Hey, what you need me to do? Feel me? Like I'm top employee. I'm doing everything I got to do. The moment that we had one disagreement with the management, I had been there for 2-3 years. And so for the first 2-3 years, I had been making $100,000. And so all of a sudden, after COVID, things slowed up. And so when it slowed up, it started to affect my pockets. And so I started to ask questions because I'm like, hey, listen here. I know if I bring in a certain amount of people, that's supposed to equate to a certain amount of cars being sold. So if I see at least 100 people do 100 applications, I'm expecting at least sell 20 to 30 cars. Well, I was still seeing 100 people, and all of a sudden I was only selling 6 to 10 cars. So I knew by this point, they clearly had control over just cutting my water off. They could cut it on and off whenever they want to. As far as like, it didn't matter whether these folks was qualified, whether they met the criteria. No, we don't feel like selling them a car. We don't got the demands to pay you such and such. And so when I started to ask questions, they was like, oh, he asking too many questions. We need to get him up out of here. One day I was sitting out there in the parking lot. I said, man, this can't be my life. Like, it's got to be something more to this, because I can't just be always when things slow down. I need to put myself in a position where shit could always be flowing for me regardless. And so when one day they had the disagreement, them folks straight up just flat foot fired me. They fired me the day Dolph died. RIP to Dolph. Like, so I was so stressed out about that, because that had through the city in the depression. And so like everywhere we go, that was like our Dr. King moment. Like everybody know where they was at when young Dolph got killed. And he actually got killed down the street from my house. But yeah, man, when it had happened, I remember just being so fucked up. Like, man, what am I gonna do? I don't know what the fuck. So all of a sudden, boom, I'm out here this November 2021. I ain't got a job. I ain't got shit, nothing flowing in. I used to get a check every week. I was comfortable. I had my vending machines, and everything just went completely blank, cut throat just to a stop. And so I was on Instagram. It was these 3 niggas in Memphis. These was brothers. These was 3 brothers, young brothers. I'm gonna drop names because shit, I gotta give them their props. Greg Griffin of Worldwide Property Hub, Caesar, and Cam Ellis of We Offer. Check these folks out. What's them boys doing? What warehouse they work at? Where is they working at? What type of work they doing? Their names was Real Estate Paper, the Real Estate Mogul. These their names on Instagram now. I got to give them their flowers. But somebody else was telling me, oh, they wholesale. I heard it, but I never knew what the fuck is a wholesale. Like, what? Like, huh? So I just I just continued to like the pictures and shit, show love or whatever. But I always wanted to know, what is they doing? Like, because they front row at the Grizzlies game. The ball rolling over by their feet. They kicking the ball to the referee, handing it, dapping LeBron up. They in Memphis doing this. And I'm like, yo, when I watch a game like American Gangster, before Frank Lucas got popped, the detective, when they was like, hey, yo, you finna go to the fight? He's like, yeah, I'm going. And he had the camera like, oh, what you doing finna do at the fight? He was like, I'm going because of the politics. And notice when he went there to take pictures, he was there to look at who's sitting in the front row.
Yeah.
Oh, these the power players. These the chess players around the city that's making the city move, that's bringing commerce, money to the city. And I was like, okay, so when I watch an NBA game, I'm always looking at who at the front row, like such and such, because I'm like, oh, those are the local business people of that city that's really getting some serious paper, like generating serious revenue, capital, in whatever industry they in. And so I was seeing Greg and them like casually at the game. They'll leave the game or hop on a private flight and just man, I was like, man, what is these folks doing? And so my homegirl, she was a realtor. She told me, she was like, her boyfriend had her boyfriend end up this is Greg. I gotta show you Greg, because Greg is really Greg is extremely he's sharp. I mean that's the only way I can put it. His name is Real Estate Mogul.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see Greg Griffin, top dog in Memphis. I called him the top G. And so my homegirl Simone, she sent me she sent me a text message. She was like, man, this guy named Tony the closer, he got a class for $197. You should check it out, such and such. And I'm like, oh, Tony, like, let me, all right, whatever. So she sent it to me, and I go on there, and I see it, but I was like, I don't really know too much of it. Like, I ain't think nothing of it. So I had, I signed up for it, but in my mind, I was like, all right, I still need to get my $200 back. So I end up going through the course, and I completed the course, but like, at this time, Tony started getting into like a lot of controversial stuff. So like, I really was just like, I need to be focused strictly on real estate. Damn the other bullshit that they got going on. I don't care about, bro. What I need to do with this contract? What I need to do? Like, I'm looking, got questions and shit, and I go to your page. I meet somebody in Tony's class by the name of Demetrius, and Demetrius was like, because mind you, Tony gave us a contract and stuff like that. It was like 4 or 5 pages. It just word salad, just plenty. And I'm like, man, people ain't gonna want to look through all this shit, sign. Like, and so my dude was like, hey, now, man, it's this guy named Flip Man, man. You need to check him out, man. Shit, his teachings are way much more without the bullshit. Like, this basically what he said. And so I said, man, shit, send him over to me. Bruh sent your shit to me, and then he took on the role of saying, hey, I'm gonna be your accountability partner. Never heard of that word used before ever in life. But bro would call me every day. He would send me a video, one of yours, and ask me, like, talk to me about what it is that, like, to make sure I watch the video. Like, we would go back over what you would like. Yeah, so yeah, if I get the escrow such and such, like, I just get to talk, like, I'm using words I ain't never used before. Like, I'm talking, I'm like, all right, so what's this? What's the earnest money such and such? Like, and I'm knowing that's my favorite part. That's my favorite part. But when I started doing it, he was sending me videos of you every time. And so then I got into Maxwell. And I saw Maxwell, and he was like, yeah, Tyrone, man, I was watching all Tyrone videos. He was calling you Tyrone. And I was like, fuck Tyrone. But he said, and I said, oh, he talking about Flip Man. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me in. Why do I know that song? Why do I know that song? So I'm like, bruh, like, it became my thing. So every time you would pop up, I just kept, what's the name? So when I ended up getting my first deal, like, I would go to the contract. Like, I would drive for dollars. I would do all the things you said, like, as far as to find the lead, then reach out to him. I watched what to say to him, your coaching cold calling videos on, like, things to say, how to get them on the phone. Then I went to the Dealulator, the website. Type in the shit. It gave me the estimate on where I need to be with the numbers and what I could tell him and what I could say on, as far as like, yo, this is my maximum MAO, my maximum allowable offer. And before you know it, man, shit, it became a rinse and repeat process. I was like, man, this really ain't shit. Like, what, like, damn. And when I made my first check, the first check I got was like $2,500. That was light. But
let's go back to that, because that was my first check, $2,500, but it might as well have been $250,000, right? Because it showed me it worked. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, what's happened after that. But so how did your first deal go down? How did you find it?
So I did what you were saying, like with finding the list. So with the absentee thing. So I ended up I met a guy who I was in the car business. He used to always talk real estate to me at the car place, but I really didn't know what he was talking about. But he used to always tell me buying houses and stuff. He owned the insurance company. His name was Lavoy, Abel. I still write with his pads and stuff. Abel Insurance Company, Lavoy Costello, that's his name. He owns Abel Insurance in Jackson, Tennessee, but he do business out in Memphis. And so I knew he was a buyer in that area. So one day I just randomly, because I was still trying to figure out how to find buyers in Memphis and stuff like that, I knew Lavoy was a buyer. So what I did with Lavoy was, I called Lavoy and I asked Lavoy, hey, Lavoy, what type of properties do you look for, such and such? And he told me such and such. So I then went on PropStream, researched the area, drafted a list of absentee owners, 3-bedroom, 2 baths. Came across one property, absentee owner, making the phone calls. I ended up meeting a woman. This was the wife. The wife, mama, had a house in Jackson, Tennessee, or Brownsville, wherever it was. These people lived in North Carolina. When the mama died, the house got transferred to the daughter in North Carolina. So the daughter was like, man, shit, just talk to my husband or whatever, such and such. So I called the husband. Of course, he was like, man, I'm tired of making that drive anyway. Like, immediately, I'm like, oh, that's a pain point. Like, that's
motivated seller, man.
That's a motivation right there. I said, he tired of driving it. So I'm like,
wait a minute. Before we go any further, a guy put a post. I don't even know what the post was about, but I guess he was a realtor or whatever. And he put a post down there like, like it's always a situation where taking advantage of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't making it, regardless of what the situation, we never make somebody sell. Because they sell it cheap don't mean you taking advantage of it. This situation, what you're explaining, your very first deal, the property was a problem for them. It wasn't that they desperately needed to sell it. It was more of a problem because he had no emotional attachment. It's never made him any money. He got to deal with it because his wife wanted to go down there and look at it. That was a problem for him. And guess what happened? You solved the problem.
And mind you, I never even stepped foot on this property. Never even went down to Jacksonville. Never went over there to Jackson. I didn't do none of that shit. Like, I saw the pictures on the Google and I was like, all right, that's good enough. It's standing up. Shit, that worked for me. Yeah. Let me call the boy. So when I talked to the dude, the husband, he told me what was going on, like how he didn't want to, what's the name? That was 13 hours away. And he like, man, I got to put money into this motherfucker too. And I got to find a tenant out. Man, hell no. What you going to get me for? That's what he said. I don't even know where to start. So I'm like, shit, damn, I wasn't even expecting that. Hell, I'm still getting cussed out. But shit, I'm figuring out the process. Like, how do I talk to these folks? So I'm like, but at the same time, letting them know I'm new to it too. So I was like, here, let me call my partner. So I'm letting him know the decision just on solely. Yeah. It ain't on me. Like, let me just call my partner and see if he's willing to work with me. So I call LaBoy. I say, hey, LaBoy, man, I got this property over there on such and such. Man, you mind riding by there, man, and tell me what you will give me for it? So LaBoy ride by an hour later. He called me. Man, Travis, I want it, man. Such and such. Man, let me get it, man. I want it, man. Let's lock it up. He thinking I got it under contract, but I don't know it. I don't know it. I'm still new to it. So because but I trust him because I'm like, all right, I done did business with LaBoy before. I said, hey, LaBoy, I'm gonna do you one better. Here's this seller's information right here. Just give me a percentage on whatever you sell the house for. Stupid as shit. I don't know why I did it.
Yeah.
So LaBoy called the goddamn the dude, went over there. And LaBoy said, he said that when he went over there and saw the house, he called the dude, got in contact with his attorney, and cut them a check right there. They had not even signed no paper. LaBoy cut him a check for 40, and then turned around because when dude signed, he signed it for the 40. Now I wish I had known that. I wish I was.
Sound like the dude would have did it for a lot less. Sound like it.
Like he would have, but I mean, I ain't know nothing.
I ain't know, but it was worth the experience though. But just see if that is real.
LaBoy called me back immediately. Hey, Travis, man, I got it done, man. Shit, what I owe you? I don't know nothing. Yeah, I don't know nothing about how this go or anything. So I think I say something cool. I was like, man, shit, just throw me like $2,500, not knowing. I'm like, it was the most stupid shit I could ever say. He said, oh, for real? That's it. Man, there was a goddamn tornado going on in the middle of this. Mind you, a tornado. Yeah. I call LaBoy. I'm telling you this happened. It was a tornado going on in the middle of what's the name? LaBoy drove from Jackson, Tennessee, all the way to Memphis. In the middle of that tornado, Farmers was out. I mean, hailing and everything. It was, man, I mean, it was pouring down cats and dogs. And when I say he pulled up on me, LaBoy pulled up on me and handed me, he wrote the check out. I still got it to this day. He pulled up on me and he handed me that $2,500 in the rain. When he did that to me, I said to myself, nigga, you really just lost. Because why the fuck was he so quick to come down here and give you $2,500? I said, you left the money on the table, whether you know it or not, but we're going to charge that that's a lesson. You turn this L into a lesson. Because clearly, when I say, to this day, I just when he did that, man, I just was like, shit, he gave me what I asked him to, so shit, that's my fault that I didn't do the numbers and know what it was.
Did you ever have you ever well, you wild, boy. I see it. Yeah.
The first check when I first, what's the name, man?
Yeah. Hey, have you ever went back and seen what the ARV was on that house?
Yeah, it's like 120. It's like 120.
It was livable. It was a little livable from what you could see.
A little bit work. It was fully loaded with appliances. Everything was in it. The mom died. The mom died. The people in North Carolina took the check and didn't even come to it. LaVoy said he called some had a garage sale at the house and everything, sold the shit up out of there and all that. I'm like, bro, made money on top of money. Like, what? Yeah. And was happy to hand me $2,500. I knew then, I said, damn, I've been in the wrong game. Because ain't nobody ever just walked up and just handed me $2,500 for sending them a number. I text them a number. Practically, that's what I got. But now that I know to do the work, oh no, when I got that contract, I can negotiate, and now I got the leverage. I can tell him, oh no, LaVoy, this is what I'll take for the house. Now, well, I need 50 to make this work.
Yeah, exactly. You get the $10,000 difference. Yeah.
You understand me? Like, come on.
Yeah, it sound like that, which I don't know how they negotiations went, but and we at least know you could have got more than 40. You could have got more than 42.5, I guess we would say. You know what I'm saying? Just by the way, how far is Jackson from Memphis?
About 45 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
In the pouring down.
Now, technically, like say you had them business with him, so you were comfortable, but technically he didn't have to pay you nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's
I ain't had nothing on the writing.
I ain't had nothing in the contract. Yeah, you had nothing in the writing. So
I trusted him, so I was like, man, LaVoy, he gonna want another deal from me. So like, because he clearly said I found this one, so why would he want to fuck me over and rob me over this little petty little money?
Man, you wouldn't believe. So just what you said, that just makes sense. Because people ask me all the time, like when they trying to refer me stuff. Well, how do I know you gonna pay me? To me, in my mind, I'm gonna pay you for forget about what type of person I am or whatever. The main reason I'm gonna pay you because I want you to send me something else. That's literally free money that just fell out of the sky when somebody brings you a referral. Who wouldn't pay the person?
The relationship. I need the relationship. Why am I going to cut off for temporary satisfaction?
Yeah.
Like, and look, $2,000-$3,000. That's why I was like, the money I done made. Now, brother, I get $2,500 just for consultation. People pay me for seminars to come and talk at their events. I just left an event where they were just up there they wanted me to speak and stuff. And brother, I don't shit, 2,500. That's light work now. I was just literally guest speaker at an event. That's me earlier today. That's what I'm saying. People, real deal, they'll pay you. Knowledge is key. You pay for what you don't know. The whole time about it is I'm really thrown off because Flip man, you've been doing this for free. Even though YouTube probably cut you some pennies on
yeah. I make money in the sense that I have some affiliates. We sell a course, but I try to make it clear that you don't ever have to pay me anything because it's over 1,000 videos. Now, if you include the YouTube shorts, it's almost 2,000 videos. So, but because people be like, sometimes every night, it ain't often. They'll be like, they'll pay some and they'll do their due diligence after they done bought some. Man, you said the same thing on a free YouTube video. I say that means you spent your money and then do the research. Because if you watch enough of my content, I try to say over and over again that it's free. Now, I ain't turning down no bread, but the reason people pay for a course is because it can speed up the process of learning versus the free videos because they all over the place or whatever. So, but it's all there on your online or whatever. So,
and the thing is, it's like you gotta have it in you to want to do this shit. It's gotta be you. Like you gotta wake up and make the calls. I remember when my wife, when I first started this, my wife was like, "Why are you steady calling them folks? Why are you making them calls, folks?" She just said, "Well, you think you really gonna sell a house like this?" Like she really used to say that shit to me. Tamara. Tamara.
Wait a minute. Hey, look here. So
just from the what's name? Am I lying, baby? What? Am I lying? How many times you used to tell me, why am I in here making these calls? Tell this man, come see this man. You used to see me doing this him. I used to watch all his videos. Come show this man, for real. This is him. You trying to make him come out here? No, but I'm saying show him. No, this is actually him. The nigga who
what's going on, baby girl? What's going on?
You see how far I came? How many times have you used to tell me, what are you saying this shit?
Every day.
She used to be like, why are you calling these people? Why you? But now, hold on. Do I not do a deal all the time?
You're doing good.
What's the last deal I did? How much I made off the last deal?
I don't know the deal.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I try not to keep on my business anyway. So
look at the thing. So, yeah, she said that when she was saying that then, but what she said now, like, you know what I'm saying? That's funny, man. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, it's interesting. But, you know, some people, which, you know, and some people, because this ain't easy, and some people, you know, your family situation is whatever it is. And so you can have encouragement, have discouragement, because, you know, it sounds unbelievable in reality. In reality, it sounds unbelievable. Like, now I can make this much money on the house and I don't have no money. Is that what you're telling me? Exactly what I'm telling you. But I ain't saying it, but don't confuse simple with being easy.
$10 for these contracts. That's all I pay. You understand? And then you give about for free. That template, you flip, man, you are a blessing to my business, my success. What are you talking about? You see it. This deals I got a whole folder that says done deals. Yeah. And when you say off of each deal that's signed, these are your contracts. This is your template. Off of this deal, I just sold this house right here for $45. Made a quick look $10,000 off of it. This house right here. Got this house for $7,500. $7,500. Turned around and sold it for $23,000. $23,000. Nice. Got this house right here on Tutwiler for $17,500. Sold it for $28,500. $28,500. But that just goes to show. I'm steady showing them. You see the signatures at the bottom. This ain't no. I don't just what. No, I do these deals for real, brother. And $7,500 is my favorite. Like I stay getting the house for nah, brother. I done ran up a bag. Because of you. You understand me? Them your templates to this day. So no, anything you ask me for, need me for, brother, I'm gonna come through for you. I need to let your people know, your constituents, your students know, brother, I'm a living testimony. Nigga, this is prime example. No, you don't have to go and work for nobody. You can do this shit yourself. Get out here and apply. Get on the phone. That's all you got to do. Have a conversation. You riding by real estate every day. Every day. People, you're on the way to the grocery store, on the way to the mailman, anything, you passing by an abandoned house and people don't think, oh man, when I see it, I'm like, oh, this Monopoly. Like, oh, that's a dollar sign. I'm making my way around the board. Let me go and collect this property. You understand me? Now, brother.
What type of neighborhoods you know? Well, let's get in this, Trev. What's your main method of marketing right now?
I do cold calling, preferably, but I don't mind doing mailers and the VA though. I like the VA T-shirts, business cards, passing out the business cards. I leave the business cards in the most randomest spots, and they actually work. I leave them down at the courthouse, right there in front of the cashier's office, the section, Pizza Hut, or you're going to the gym, any type of recreational facility or any type of gathering place, a church or something like that, places where they have bulletin boards. I go up to the spot and I take one of the pens and I pin one of my business cards there. Yeah, nah, brother. The only stupid question is the one that didn't get asked. So if I'm standing in line at the convenience store and I see an elderly man, typically because right, hey, how you doing, such and such, before he make his way out the door, I'm like, hey, you wouldn't happen to own any vacant houses, do you?
Yeah.
Hey, oh man, shit, I got one over here on Trig, man. Shit, man. I'm about sick of them folks. And before you know it, we got a conversation. I done found the pain. Like, oh, tired landlord.
Tired landlord. Yes, sir. Yes,
no,
sir.
No, I'm always it's now it's referrals more so. People sending me business. Like my attorney give me deals. Or people now, because they see that I'm able to do business, they randomly send me their deals and stuff like that. But I be telling them, man, don't send me shit unless you got it under contract. Because I hate shopping the deal and folks be wasting time. Then you got folks that on the daisy chain on shit because they see you putting in the work, posting your deals, doing your thing, try to come at you, hey, you need a JV, hey, do you need a buyer, such and such? And I'm like, no, thank you, I'm straight, I got this. Like, shit, I've learned, honestly, you do a deal, you put the house on the contract, goddamn it, if the numbers work and you did it right, correctly, the buyer gonna find you.
Oh yeah, I've always said, and now it ain't hard. In my mind, buyers are like you giving away cash. It ain't hard to give away money. You know what I'm saying? You could go in the corner in Memphis right now with $5 grand. It'll take you all of 3 seconds to give it away. Now you can stand on that same corner and try to get somebody to give you $5 grand. You may be here to Christmas. You know what I'm saying? To get that bread. And those are sellers because you get them to give up equity. You know what I'm saying? So
supply and demand. That's how I look at it. I literally just sold a house last week, right? Because like I'll give you this little short story. I was outside. It's these houses across the street from me that's been vacant for the longest. When I say they've been vacant for the long, because the old couple that was there, they passed. And ironically, the son got it. But I used to talk to the son, but eventually, I'm sure a lot of folks been cold calling him about this house, so he eventually ended up changing numbers. However, I stay over here, so I always see the yard men that pull up over there to cut the grass. So this particular day, I go out there because I'm feeling cocky now because I just sold 2-3 houses. I'm like, shit, let me call. I see the yard man over there. I said, man, let me get Mr. Rob a number, man. I'm gonna finally make him an offer, man. Like, cause I did the ARVs over here. It's like 190, 215. So I was like, man, shit, I'm gonna go and get him the 80,000, man. Like, fuck it. Let me just go and cash him out. Cause the house is in good condition, great area. Like, it's perfect. Like, but I know he wanted 80 because they wanted to pay off some loans and the mortgage, and they wanted to pocket a little bit. So I'm like, all right, cool, I ain't tripping. Because if I put the money in, I know I can get it back on the flip. But I'm like, all right. So I go out there and I tell the man, I said, hey, brother, you mind calling Mr. Rob, man, such and such. I go out there, he get it, but it's what you got retail buyers, hedge fund buyers, the top cash buyers, top dollar dudes, but you also got mom and pop investors that people overlook and don't even pay attention to.
Oh yeah.
Pop investors. I mean, when I say that, the man that's been working at the mail post office 40 years, however, he only got 15, 14 properties in his portfolio, or the lady at the church, the husband died and he left her portfolio, or you just got folks, husband and wife, who just buying business, they just buying just to increase their what's the name. So these folks got cash, they just don't got nobody in front of them that could give them a property, because a lot of folks only privy to knowing that, they think, I can only buy a house through a realtor, through an agent.
And it's normally going to be priced out of an investor.
And so you got people, they looking for folks like me. So me, mind you, like I said, so I go out here to get the groundskeeper to give me Mr. Robert information. He called him, and so I talked to Mr. Robert. I say, yeah, Mr. Towns, man, yeah, you know, man, it's Travis. We spoke a couple months back, but look, man, I'm following up with you about this property. I'm gonna get the number from this gentleman right here, and man, I'm gonna follow up. Just keeping it short. So I got off the phone, got the number. The brother who lawn service it was, he approached me. He's like, hey, what you do, young man? Such and such. I said, man, I just do buy and flips, man, real estate investment, such and such. He said, oh, really? He said, yeah, man, shit, I wanted this house myself too. I was like, oh yeah, for real. He's like, yeah, what you was gonna give him? I said, man, shit, I was gonna give him about 80. He said, oh shit, that's out of my budget right there. That's what he said. Yeah. And so I was like, well, how much you was gonna give him? He's like, shit, I was gonna give him about 40. I was gonna give him 29 and try to pay up the finance the rest of the 20. I said, you gonna give him 29? Yeah, I got a house right now. You give me 20. The fuck? That's what I said. And he said, you got a house, nephew? I said, sure do, goddamn it. Man, she here. Let me pull it out for you. So I pull out my thing. I go to him. I go to my Dropbox where I'm able to I just pull up all my files, like the most recent house that I had got. The house that I sold him was on Gabay. Brick house, found a house. It was decent. It was cool. It was a decent house. The city on the way to come shut that motherfucker down there. But I had just got it for like $7,500. So, you know what I'm saying? If this nigga give me 20, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. I'm shit. I ain't lose shit. So he's like, yeah, my nephew, man. Mind you, he a buyer straight out of Mississippi. Mom and popping. He owns this landscaping company. Like, he out here cutting grass with the lawnmower. The average nigga will ride by him and think, oh, that nigga just cutting grass. That ain't no shit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was racked up. And during that conversation, he was like, yeah, man, shit, I got about 11 houses down on my property. I said, well, shit, we're going to make this number 12 right here. Here go this address right here. Such and such, ride by that house over there, man. Tell me what you think, man, and let me know if it's something you're going to be interested in. Man, they finished up their job. Uncle rolled by over there at their property. And when he rolled by their property, here's the video Monday of me pulling up on him to sign the contract. And he bought the house. And mind you, this was a nigga that I just walked outside and randomly just met. Closed mouth on get fed.
Yeah.
I told his brother what it was, and he told me he been praying to God for somebody like me for the past 10, 15 years because he didn't know nothing about people who do wholesale real estate. And I was like, oh, a lane for us. Like, I don't have to go look for no job in it. As long as I keep a house under contract, I'm going to always have a bag. I'm going to always have a bag secured. $10,000, $15,000 secured. That right there, I showed you, I got the house on the contract for $7,500.
Mm-hmm.
Man, what did I sell that to him for? Here you go, right here.
I can't see it, but we got you. We got it.
23,000.
Oh, you got it to over 23,000. Okay. All right.
For 23,000. He signed it escrow Monday. He already put the
earnest money
down. They already doing title search Monday. Wednesday we should be at the closing table.
Boom. That's what you.
Just like
wow.
This will take 2 weeks.
Now, you know that's just the tip of the iceberg, man. The house is just the tip of the iceberg of this thing. You know, we started discussing it a little bit, and I sent you all, I don't know you probably tackled it yet, but, you know, you're able to take that energy and that drive and that grind. And you remember this conversation we had. Like, you know, like. Yeah.
Man, you my mentor. You didn't even know this. Dude, you got students that you really out here planting seeds. Brother, you put the battery in my back. And I'm just going and going. That's all that is. Like the internet fun.
You at the end of the day, I appreciate it, but I'm just a tool. The tools are worthless unless you put them into play. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Home Depot and buy the bucket, the brushes, the throw towel, the rug, whatever, but that wall ain't gonna paint itself. So yeah, I really appreciate it, man. But yet when you made my day Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I told you I was gonna cut that up of content, and here we are too. But you know, but you made my day because that's what I'm talking about, and that's why I have so little patience when people start moaning and groaning about this or that or whatever. And I know what I try to get a game or whatever, but I know you can't satisfy everything. But everything ain't for everybody. You know, that's real too. You know, because I didn't try stuff and failed at plenty of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't blaming it on the person though. You feel me? I know if it's being done, doesn't mean I can do it, but it's being done. You know what I'm saying? So if I pursue it, then it's something I'm missing and not, you know, where you got the content from, because I'm not going to guarantee nothing. You know, you're the guarantee. You know, I'm just the tool to make that guarantee happen or whatever. So, yeah, it's got to put that work in, man.
Man, hey, look, when you was saying it on the phone, when you was talking one day doing one of the seminars, you was like, I don't expect how you expect to do deals if you ain't making no calls. If the phone ain't ringing, how you expect to make any money? I was like, damn.
Very difficult.
My girl was like, man, that phone surely is ringing. I say, baby, that mean I'm working. That mean I done did what I'm supposed to do.
This is what I told. I don't know if it's the chick I dated, but I told her, I think she was getting frustrated with my phone ringing. I said, you should get frustrated when it ain't ringing, because that means ain't no money being made. You know what I'm saying? Not with what I do now. You know, a lot of people show up and, you know, you get paid, you know, you do your job. That's fine. That's what makes the world go around. But for what we do, we got to be talking to people
on the phone all the time. Every day I'm here to shake hands and kiss the babies. I meant to ask you that. I never knew what gator mean. What does gator mean?
Okay, you're a gator. You're a gator. Go look in the mirror. Cause you're willing to go knock doors, I bet. If you just had to, you go knock on somebody's door wing. See, that's a gator activity, right? Gators normally, whatever environment they're in, they're the dominant there, right? I ain't gonna be many animals that gonna be able to mess with gators. That apex predator. There you go. Correct your boy. So a gator, to me, in the sales and business world, you're going to go above and beyond the average person, right? 100%. I have gator tendencies in a different way. People like you, I wish I was like that. I'm not like that. I'm like you. I just can't walk up to someone and start holding a conversation. Or like, okay, you're in the mall. I know you're married or whatever, but if you're in the mall, you just walk up to a chick and probably just talk to her. You know, if you were single.
My wife understand that. No, that's just what that is. That couple.
No, I'm talking about if you wasn't married. I'm talking about you were single. If you were single, you know. So but that can translate over into the business world too. Having that skill to be able just to communicate with someone you never met. If you that type of person, you should never be broke, right? And you know, me and you know people like that, similar to yourself, that you communicate, not afraid to talk to people, but they dead broke. You know what I'm saying? If you got that natural God-given, we call it the gift of gab. If you got that natural gift, you should never be broke. You just need a vehicle, a tool to help you leverage those communications. You don't want to be BSing people, but it's sort of part of it in a sense too at the same time or whatever. But if you have that natural God-given, you should never be broke, because that's basically you convincing people of stuff that you believe. That's when checks and credit cards come out.
Yeah, no, I played a role. Yeah, you're right. Being that shit, I'm top gator then, if that's the case. Because shit, I go above and beyond to get a deal done. I show up to the sellers when I'm bringing them that contract. Not only am I stopping by with Gibson Donuts or goddamn Church's Chickens, Jack Purtles, I'm bringing, ain't you ate? Yeah, man, what you want, man? I'm finna pull up and pick you up some chicken there. So I always say chicken because I know what's wrong with chicken.
Yeah. Hey, but hey, you had to just tip of the iceberg, man. All that gatorism you got that I like to call, oh my God, man. If you want to sit courtside, you'll be able to do that very soon. Houses are okay, but don't limit yourself to that, man. I'm telling you. You better add zero, 10, 15,000. You better add a zero to each one of them.
Man, I was laughing all the way to the bank. And like you said, it always starts with some that teaching. It got immersed in you. Like, man, I really need to change. Like, bro, I'm not finna be working no job. Like this can't be my life. What did it for me was the Dame Dash interview, the Breakfast Club interview that he did, where
when he went off on Charlemagne.
Yeah, entrepreneurship, and he was like, man, can you get this to your son? He was like, you're not no boss. Like, as much as you love to say it, work for your last name. And when he was saying it, man, I woke up with a different, like it woke up a different beast in me.
Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. Text me and I'll text you back. You text me then I'll text you back. Text me then I'll text you back. TikTok, you don't stop. I will help you make your paper stack. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at now? 205-964-5243. 205-964-5243. Now you know.